Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
2 competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up the truth muscles, a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Me and some people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
The new Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys?
Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicky nuggies.
Chicky nuggies?
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
And chicky nuggets.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
Woohoo! Happy Friday, everyone!
Good day, everyone.
Woohoo!
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. We haven't been here for a while.
Awesome.
Like
Things have happened. A few weeks.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks. It was like 2 weeks ago that we took last week off.
Yep.
Michael has some big news, though. Michael. You have your sex. Your
Wrong procedure.
Oh, okay.
I had my knee change.
Knee change, not a pee change.
If it were up to me, I'd have done this months ago.
Yeah. No kidding.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling okay, despite what happened a few seconds ago.
That was kind of rough.
Yeah, it's for those that weren't here, like you guys.
Yeah.
The way I was sitting down in my chair, it was set up that I was bending my left knee to sit down, and I need to be able to keep my left knee straight when I sit down, and that did not work out well.
No, it was rather shocking.
That's how it comes on. It's every day's improvement. Every day's I get more and more, and I also get more and more opportunities to overdo it. And when I do,
that's what you were saying. Yes,
it gets pretty
He
darn
knows when he overdoes it.
shocking and stabbing, like right away. Pretty much able to isolate where it's coming from. It's like, hey, you shouldn't have done that right now.
that's cool. But overall, so even though it hurts a lot, you can feel a structural difference, but from before, correct?
I wouldn't say that because my issues before was all pain and whereas I had full motion, it was painful motion.
Okay.
But now and that's just from the bone on bone. I'm grinding glass in there, it felt like.
Right.
Whereas now it's like some major trauma to the area from the surgery, and that's what that pain's from.
Okay. Gotcha. But so it's but is it a different kind of pain? Does it feel
I've
different?
traded pain for pain. Well, it was more pain actually, constant all the time right after the procedure. You'd even listen to Jody hearing me whimper as I'm just like lying in bed trying to move my legs.
Right.
He was sort of. I got the call that he had gotten out of surgery and it had gone well, and Michael had driven himself to the appointment because it was really, really early, and I could just Uber myself over to the hospital place and go get the car and Michael, when it was time. And so I Ubered over, and I went over to him, and they're trying to wake him up and trying to get Michael up.
Oh no.
It's so hard anyways, but he doesn't do coffee. He doesn't do any of the normal people things that wake you up. So, and it wasn't a while until they had offered him.
He does caffeine.
He does, but they didn't offer a soda until a couple of hours later.
Okay.
But so I'm trying to get Michael up, and he's not being really funny or anything off of his anesthesia. So I'm like, I'll blame. He's just like,
Wait, ready to record anyway?
I have my recordings. You haven't wanted to see them. I have pictures.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Oh shoot, I do. Hell yeah.
I got lots of recordings. So I was taking
Are they
pictures.
not funny? Are they funny?
To me.
And I was out.
Well, you don't remember them.
Okay.
So
because you said that.
Well, because at the time you weren't cool with it, but I knew you would be.
When you said they're trying to wake me up, obviously I have no recollection of that.
Right.
And all my surgery before, I thought I just kind of naturally woke up because that's what it feels like to me, waking up out of anesthesia. Oh, hi, you're all here.
No, it takes hours. So they want you to sit with the person and talk to them. I'm like, this is lame. He's not doing
I don't want to talk to this guy. Are you kidding me?
Ew.
And
I don't like him.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was just the nurse I had in recovery, but it seemed like they just wanted a lot more out of me versus my gallbladder. I just got to lay there and ice chips. Oh, good.
Well, a part of it was that because Michael's breathing is so bad and that's normal, they were terrified of letting him go home.
Oh, that's what you said. Your oxygen level was
and we keep telling
low.
them, like, this is our normal. He has a BiPAP at home. I can get him home. I can get it on him, all that good stuff. And so he felt fine, but it was just hard for them to believe us. And since Michael wasn't his full self advocating for himself and just be like, sorry, but
and she's right. Any medical professional's scary would be my baseline.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The one thing that I just don't get, because I wouldn't play into that, is that whenever Michael is at the hospital and he says one of his Michael things, like he just had nurse surgery. Oh, I want to bend my knee,
No, I did. That was like the only thing going on in my mind. I want to move my leg. It's immobilized. I'm in the immobilizer
completely
already.
And I'm looking at him like, well, you don't get to. And the nurse is like, well, you had surgery and this and this and this. I'm like, shut up. Just say that he doesn't get to. Just tell him that. It's like, I don't know why they talk. Why are they trying to have a rational conversation? But like, well, you don't get to. That's what I use with my kids. So I guess it's this conversation that they have because they're both bickering. And I was like, there's no need to bicker.
So like he and the nurse were going back and forth about being.
They always do.
Oh my God.
Not really. I was just.
I meant like in different situations. You and nurses have always bantered.
You are not a good patient. I can tell you that much. You are not a good patient.
I call it having conversation.
You're not a good patient.
Well,
I am too.
You're not.
Well, ask the surgeon. He had a great time.
You were out to the world then. You're a good patient. You're a good patient when you're incapacitated.
There you go.
When you are awake, and especially when you get bored, you're a horrible patient.
Well, not only that, I'm a total extrovert. And what do? They put you in your hospital room and leave you alone, except for 30 seconds when they come in to check your temp and then leave you alone again. Like,
you're supposed to be convalescing.
That's what they say. And then he gets so mad. Like, just go to rest, man. Sleep.
Sleep in the same bed I've been in for 3 days? Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep talking to him and he says things like that. And I'm like, why?
Well, in Portland, I knew I was going to be wide awake with nothing to do in the morning, which is why I had sleep meds. I didn't get them, even though it was in like the doctor's night orders that he could have had them. They were just never given to me.
I think you were probably a better patient in Portland than you were here.
Despite being in Gomorrah Mercy General, I enjoyed that hospital more than I enjoyed regional.
I think you did. From what I remember talking with you then, you had a much. Nobody ever has a good time in the hospital, but your experience was better in Portland than it was here, I believe.
Well, I had just attended a Bengals game where we beat the Cowboys, and then when I was in the hospital that Sunday, I watched the Bengals beat the Titans on my phone. All right. So yeah, it's good things.
They had Mr. Pitt there.
I had Mr. Pitt there, and I hadn't had that since I was a kid.
Yep. Mr. Pibb. Oh my goodness.
I remember like the day it was discontinued in South Texas. We had a field trip, and Dad was going to go get our sodas to wrap in aluminum foil with our name on them, to put in the ice chest. And they didn't have Mr. Pibb, Michael. I got you a Pepsi or whatever. And it was not at all what I wanted. You're going to have to go to another store. But they had just discontinued marketing it in our region.
Mr. Pibb and like Dr. Pepper are very similar.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of why you like Dr. Pepper now, I'm guessing.
Well, Dr. Pepper is the national soft drink of Texas.
Right. It is.
So, we talked over a year ago, I think, about the whole sugar, real sugar Pepsi versus the
Mexican Coke.
When I go to like Ohio or whatever, I can't find it anywhere. I cannot find the real sugar Pepsi anywhere. I think I found some in Portland. So I did find it in Portland, but I couldn't find it anywhere in Ohio. None of the convenience stores, none of the.
Right.
It was weird.
What about across the river?
No, I don't know if I looked in Kentucky.
When we travel, the one thing that's hard to find is Mountain Dew Kickstart Orange.
Oh,
that's another one that we can never find in the lower 48.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's weird. What's up with them? It's the staple of our house. Brought to you by Clark Family.
We buy it in bulk.
We buy it in bulk. We should have stock in the company.
Yeah, you probably should.
It's Mountain Dew. I'd stay behind Mountain Dew.
We could only find it retail in singles.
Because we started buying it when it was 99 cents at Target in the single cans. And then we'd buy it all over the place at 99 cents. And then it went up and up and up and up.
Right.
And then I found that on
like some kind of weirdo putting 20 of these cans in our car.
Yeah.
And they were 99 cents a piece.
And they'd fall over and they'd open up or they'd be
The
really
conveyor
heavy.
belt, yeah.
Yeah. So then I found them on Amazon and their price point was better. And so I was like, oh my God, thank you. So now some schmuck has to come pull our order to our back door. I'm like, thank you for our 5 cases. Yeah. 5 cases of
Instacart or what?
No, just Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. Jody, what's new with you? Anything?
I'm working a lot every day. I work 3 jobs. Then I go home and do college. So that sucks. I got sick recently. I was in the middle of a daddy-daughter date. Daddy took me to Downton Abbey. And I got sick. And so I came back from the bathroom.
This was after the trip to the
This
hospital?
was earlier this week.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I said, Daddy, I'm sick. You need to take me home. And he's like, okay. And he's so used to it at this point.
Right.
And yeah, right. We're all used to it at this point. And so he was such a gentleman. He emptied out his popcorn bucket to give to me so I could vomit on the way to the car. And it was just like, thank you, Daddy. It was just so simple. It was just, the little things that make you happy.
Right.
So I just got a text from my mom. She's going to take me on Monday. So I can't puke on that day because she's not a gentleman. My mom makes me fend for myself. She's like, whatever. I'm getting mad.
Don't do it in my car.
Yeah, I was going to say, I am not her little princess. I am my daddy's little princess.
So are you going to have, she's taking you where on Monday? To the doctor or what?
No, it's Downton Abbey again.
Oh, you're going to go on down to.
There's no point. Doctor, nothing is happening. I had a doctor's appointment, and
I know
it's just what it is. Yeah, nothing.
They're just like, well,
They're gonna do labs. Yeah, that's it. Nothing to tell you. I told her everything about, like, maybe it was the scar tissue was too tight in there or something, or maybe it was, we're gonna do my labs to do. Oh, I had a friend point out something that was just funny. Ms. Kamala pointed this out. So she's a nurse, has been for decades, and so she's also very opinionated about the.
You just saw that?
I thought I've been waiting for you to change that. I like it.
What was it? I missed it.
It was Jody's boyfriend for a while.
Oh.
Now it's Jody's hero. Hero. What was I talking about? Oh,
it's like no. Bursts out laughing. It's like no one even passed you anything.
That's like when I come happy around the corner. I'm like, "Hi, Michael. I want to," and I like stub my toe or something. He's like, "She was so happy." Anyways, my friend. So I told her I was going to go to the doctor and then they were going to take my labs and then look at that. And she's like, well, why aren't you doing your labs before you go to your doctor so that you can talk about your labs? And I was like, I never thought about that. And she's like, that's how they get you. So it's this idea of, take my labs before I go to you.
First,
yeah. So that we can have a conversation. So rather than having 2 meetings, I'm having 1. And I was like, she does have a point.
No, she does.
Yeah, it's just. So I asked them, I was like, would you like me to do labs first? Like, no.
Oh, that's how they get you. They like,
and then that's what she'd be like, no, you tell them, no, I'm going to do labs. And I'm like, well, that's not me. Not for this.
Joe Pesci and what was it?
Marissa Tomei?
Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh. Mel Gibson, Rene Russo.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They fuck you at the drive-through, basically.
Right in the drive-through. Hey, do you own your own home?
I have not seen that. I have not seen any of the Lethal Weapons.
You've never seen any of the Lethal Weapon movies?
Never seen any Lethal Weapons, right, Michael?
Oh my God.
We've never seen any together.
Not together.
I would have never seen any with Bobby. That's not his genre.
I think every one of them predate our relationship.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Cool.
But
So,
oh my gosh, we got new films for the film list.
Yay!
yeah, no doubt. Those are really great movies. You should.
We're in the middle of watching Nobody right now.
Mhm. Oh my god, I forgot. It's so good. I hope I do college tonight. I didn't last night because I kept watching.
Nobody is freaking great. I haven't seen
Is
the
it?
second
Yeah.
one.
Because we just saw it come out. Because at first I'm like, what the hell? When he doesn't shoot her and then lets his son get hit, I'm like, what a coward! What a coward! And then everyone's like, man, but because he's a badass, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, he realizes the gun's empty. He realizes that nobody's going to get shot.
Right.
That-
And he doesn't want to be that person anymore.
Yep. No, exactly.
No, so I'm excited to see how the fact that he got just set up because they supposedly stole his daughter's kitty cat bracelet or necklace.
Yeah.
And he was like, yep, that was the straw. I'm going rogue.
And old boy
Exactly.
does it like John Wick style.
Yeah, exactly. It's like John Wick, but a different flavor.
I thought John Wick was just how they used the dead dog. You know, it's like Dirty Harry all over again. It just, you know, this story's been written.
Why did they kill his dog?
Oh, no. Shit.
Or was it an accident?
Spoiler?
Yeah, go ahead and spoil.
Go ahead, because I just
with
turned
John
off
Wick-
everything I had.
It was a gangster son who John Wick used to be in this gang as like an enforcer.
Oh,
just
okay.
badass, but he gets a girlfriend, you know, falls in love, but I'm not sure if got married or not, but she gives him this puppy,
Yeah.
but then immediately thereafter gets killed. So all he's got left of her is this puppy. Anyway, gangster's son, a little moving on, like wants John Wick's car. He's got a badass car, and for whatever reason, ends up killing the puppy. Therefore, setting John Wick out of retirement, and he's going to avenge Puppy's death.
Oh, puppy.
That's how I understand the story.
Well,
It's
that's
so
not
much.
right.
That was, the last memory he had of his wife, right? Was before that.
Yeah.
And then so this kid, like the gangster kid, doesn't even realize what he's doing. He doesn't realize who
He doesn't know who John Wick is.
has no idea who he is. And so when he steals his car and he takes his car to this guy that chops up cars, and the guy's like,
You squish the puppy?
get this
Just get rid of the puppy. I don't need it. Yeah.
So the guy's like, where did you get this car? It's like, did you kill him? It's like, no. We're like, you screwed up. And so the guy ends up slapping him. This is
father to son.
Oh.
No, so the guy with the booster shop slaps the guy and kicks him out, and then is like the dad, the big giant Russian mafia guy calls him up. It's like, you slapped my son. It's like, your son stole John Wick's car and killed his dog, and you can see the dad go. Oh. It's a really great scene in the movie when he realizes, oh God, I'm screwed.
And then when his son just still being arrogant, his dad's trying to address it. I'll just take care of this guy. He's like, you will do nothing because you can only do nothing.
Yes, exactly. So last night I went to, there was a UAA vigil for Charlie Kirk, and I went with me and one of my coworkers. Actually, I met her there and her boyfriend.
Please tell me there were no detractors.
There was no detractors whatsoever.
Oh, that's
Well done,
nice.
Anchorage.
It was really nice.
Well done, Anchortown.
Oh, so this was the crowd. So originally it was supposed to be in the student union there at UAA.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that was that's a pretty
This
small
is
venue.
a house there.
And so this is where they had to move it to Wendy Williamson because of the interest. And I saw me. Wait, I'm right there. See in the middle?
Oh,
That's me right there. And that's my
An 8-bit. 8-bit.
Oh yeah, I'm very pixelated. And then my friend Kristen next to me, her boyfriend Mimo. And it was a really good thing. I was surprised because, obviously Turning Point is a college.
It's geared towards them.
Yep. And so the main MC was the president of the club, who's a freshman. And you could tell he's fairly new at public speaking. So he went back and forth a bit and you could tell he was nervous. You could see him off to the side too when he wasn't on stage. He was kind of pacing back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, there's normally only 12 of you usually.
But it was an excellent like memorial, but not, it wasn't like a sad and somber thing either though. And so there was some of the college people that were there. There was one young lady that had graduated recently, but was like, I guess was in the chapter before, and she's done a lot of political outreach. And then the Senator Sullivan had a video that he came in, and then the AG for the state, the Attorney General for the state, gave a speech. It was just a good thing. And then the Republican, I didn't even know who the Republican, you know who the Republican chairperson is, Michael?
What, you didn't ask me?
Yeah,
I don't know. I would never know.
No, I have no idea.
I didn't either because I'm not a Republican.
I know our congressman's Nick Begich.
Hey, that was one of the questions on the citizenship test.
Is your congressman?
Yes.
Well, it's good to know, I imagine.
I don't think I did. Like, I don't think I would have answered that. Probably say Todd Young.
I know it was strange to me that there was actually a Begich politician that was a Republican.
Right.
Because I can tell you the whole rest of the family is not.
Mark Begich, is it?
He's all Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my bag. I liked him. I remember when we were young, we all were all about him because he was the new voice.
He's the mayor.
This was in 96. He was young.
Carmela Warfield, this lady here. I didn't even know it was a lady. I was shocked. I'm like, wow. Okay.
That's not Anchorage.
How is that?
Yeah, I was like, that's not Anchorage.
The Alaska Republican Party.
Her banner, that's not Anchorage.
Oh.
That's kind of lame. I see the mountains down here.
It could be Juneau.
I don't think there's a building that high in Juneau.
Well, this is the Alaska Republicans page. So.
Maybe it's
All right, there's Alaska.
Yeah, that very well could be Juneau.
I've been to Juneau. I don't know. Carmela.
That's a pretty tall building for Douglas Island.
Because the thing I'm looking at is the one on the left. That picture, that
Right.
round thingy, I've never seen that, and I would have noticed that. But either way,
maybe.
it's probably just an AI generated background rather than
Probably.
Anchorage.
It didn't look like a
Could be.
photograph. No.
No, it kind of looks like a painting, doesn't it? But anyway.
Yeah.
I just think like a template banner.
Anyway.
What? It's okay.
Clip art building.
Clip art, yeah, you got to start somewhere.
They asked you to draw a city skyline from memory.
Yeah, exactly. Just close your eyes and draw.
Probably do New York is the only one I think I could probably do.
There was a bank franchise, I guess, in South Texas. I got a photo of it, and it looked just like the bank you would see on a playing card from the Monopoly game.
Oh, neat!
I mean, just the building itself, the pillars and whatnot,
Ancient
multiple
Rome.
stories. Yeah, seriously, I just thought, oh, that's a bank, and sure enough, it was a bank. You know,
That's what we call Washington D.C. is ancient Rome in a parking lot.
Right. Yeah.
I've been
So-
to DC a million times.
So like I said, it was a really nice ceremony. I watched last Sunday. They had the national, memorial service in Arizona, and I don't. Did you see any clips of that or anything at all?
Where they fill up the stadium more than the Cardinals do.
Oh yeah, it was that. But I think one of the most replayed things is the one of his wife saying that she forgives basically.
Yeah, it's a tenet of her faith. She's required to.
It makes her look good.
I don't think it was that though. I don't think it was just
probably
making her look good. But it seems to have brought a lot of people to go back to church or go to church for the first time. And
Yeah. That was definitely a lot of people were claiming that. Some people that hadn't since they left their parents' house as a kid.
Bible apps are like reaching all kinds of heights. People are downloading Bible apps and
Hardback sales.
Yeah, and Bible sales exactly are all blowing up right now. So, what do you think of that, Jody?
You're not sharing.
I'm not. There's nothing to share.
No, he's looking at my face. So
Yeah.
I'll say I have a unique point of view. I was raised Latter-day Saints. I love Jesus. He's my everything. I have given my soul to God, all that good stuff. But am also a queer identifying person. And anytime that I think of like a bunch of people getting on, Bibles and all that stuff, I'm like, oh God. And it's just this idea of kind of like all the like the Handmaid's Tale, all of this stuff that's kind of just like flowing in my brain. I'm like, oh no. So the idea that people are coming, I'd say, to Christ would be a really good idea, but like, I don't know. It scares me. That's the church, or that's the temple, not the temple, the bank. Yeah. So yeah, so it's an odd. I have an odd duck because I'm all about people, living a Christ-like life, but not necessarily living high horses on your religion and pious. You know what I mean? I'm all about the Jesus life.
But I don't think that's what it's about, though.
That's just my interpretation, my first interpretation of it. It might be fine. It might be good, but I just get nervous when a lot of people are doing like old school, Old Testament stuff. It gets me nervous.
I went totally Michael with this scenario, just imagining the possibility of someone who's just totally shut off from modern religions and don't know much about it. They just know go to church. So they find the nearest church and they go. Except, like, imagine they walked into a Pentecostal service,
right?
And then watching that congregation, do their thing. And I'm not sure
this isn't my place.
They're all speaking weird, and what are they doing with their hands?
Just seeing church like this completely brand new way that you've never seen before.
Or you walk into an LDS church without even thinking about it, and then they start talking about
Joseph Smith
out of the Book of Mormon instead of the Bible. What is the Book of Enoch?
How the people who have turned away from Christ are blackened, and we have that in the Book of Mormon. That's really bad. How do black people happen? Well, they were the mark of the devil. What?
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's really
God.
bad. There's it was the Lamanites and the Nephites, and the way that God separated them was he darkened the bad people's skin, Lamanites, and I'm like, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. And so then you're a black person reading the Book of Mormon for the first time before 1977, when you could even hold the priesthood. Book of Mormon has a lot of shade, has a lot of hidden racism towards a lot.
How did they address Asians?
They didn't.
You know what I mean? Because significant differences in facial features and whatnot to be, identifiably different.
When I was little, part of, and again, I am also not a big missionary person. I don't really like missionaries. I know that's a weird thing to say to a lot of people, but again, you don't need to bother me with your crap. Nope, don't talk to me. I don't think you need to talk to anybody else unless they're asking. But I've just never been a fan of missionaries. But what was the point of me saying this?
While you're thinking that, I'd like to point out to the crowd that you can sign up people you know for a visit from Jehovah's Witnesses and LDS missionaries. They can go
Not
visit
okay.
whoever you
It is not
sign.
okay.
Right, you wouldn't do this to your friend as like a practical joke. You'd do this to someone. Okay.
I know why.
Someone you
Okay.
owe revenge.
Throw it back to me. Throw it back to me.
Bring
Okay.
it.
So, as part of missionary work when you're younger, is to go to other religions, places of worship, and to make friends and talk about religion when really you're just trying to get them on your team, right? So, I went to a Catholic church and I was terrified. I feel like if I had
the dead guy
started
tacked up to the wall?
Catholic and looked at Mormon is, or LDS is so simple, so basic, almost Amish like. It's very, very simple. Whereas
Right.
with a Catholic church, it's full of pageantries and the blood of Christ and painting. Poor Jesus is in crucifixes everywhere. Mormons don't have him on crucifixes. We don't worship our Savior that way. So we don't have any crucifixes or any kind of suffering pictures. It's all like the after where he's preaching or he's with people or something. So it was terrifying. And then I went to like some, other weird chanting. Oh, I went to a Baptist church. That was fun. But I'm like, I didn't like any of the churches. They scared me.
I love the line in the movie Dogma, like beginning. It was Janine Garofalo to Bethany. It's that you Catholics don't celebrate your faith; you mourn it.
Yes. That's kind of right.
Yeah.
So it was, I just didn't, it was odd. No, when you go to a LDS church, they all look the same. They all have a very simple meeting room, very simple pictures, very basic. No.
Well, wouldn't like any inside the church be, despite the dead guy tacked up to the wall? I mean, aren't you just rows of seats and towards one center speaker?
Yeah,
It's
I
all
think
kinda-
also the layout was pretty similar. I think also the delivery scared me.
Higher off to the side.
Because one thing is Latter-day Saints don't clap during church. So when we're in the sacrament meeting, right, like listening to talks, everything, even after a performance, like a musical performance, you don't clap. You stay silent. And then they keep going forward and everything. So when you heard people going, wow, or like hallelujah, or any of these things, or touching people and shaking people's hands, like hello, brother. I'm like, what? That's gross. Again, it's like such a weird thing to me at the time, but it's normal to them.
Yeah, no, I grew up.
I don't want to shake someone's hand.
My parents brought us to Lutheran church, which is like Catholic, but not so much Latin.
Right.
And there's a Palm Beach service where, hey, turn around and greet the person next to you or whatever. Oh, hi, Bob. I'm Michael.
So Michael, just out of curiosity, where are you now as far as...
I don't observe.
Yeah. That.
But, I mean... Yeah, I don't go to church either, but... I mean, do you...
He doesn't have an opinion on the whole subject.
Do you have an opinion on any of it?
Oh, I have opinions.
Well, I know you do, but I mean, do you have a relationship with the deity that you?
No.
No.
None.
Okay.
No.
For
If
as
you ask
many,
me, I'd say the Buddhists were closer to correct.
right? So I'll
Okay, I
tell
think
you.
reincarnation would be fun.
I'll tell you, I have been with Michael in a couple of life or death experiences where I'm praying next to him and he has never once participated or engaged in any.
Didn't stop you.
You didn't stop.
Well, no, I wouldn't, and I wouldn't think you would. Right?
He never joined or showed any connection to it. He just allowed me to do what I do.
But I wouldn't stop you because that's your faith.
Well, you couldn't
and
breathe
me
at the
stopping you
time.
would be imposing mine.
Well,
Right.
you're right. Like, don't you dare pray over me, Jody. Well, yeah, screw you. I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably
when you
pray
wanted
over you
to
too.
when you wanted to get one of the elders to give Benji a blessing when he was
Yes,
first born.
you didn't
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
them.
yeah, it didn't even consider stopping you from that.
Which I was grateful for. So Benji, when he was born, he was so sickly you couldn't touch him. And we weren't able to touch him for several days. So
Okay.
he was very touch and go still the first couple of days. And I think it was the day of his birth or the day after. Maybe the day after.
He had to have still been in NICU.
Well, of course, and he was in the NICU for 19 days. So I think this was like the day
Right.
after. It was very soon after the birth. But my father came in to give him a blessing to, keep him to healing. And he brought another man with him. And the nurses usually would have laying on of hands, like, that. But the nurses only allowed them each one finger to touch the baby. Just
Okay.
the tip of his finger. So that's how fragile Benji was. You couldn't, like, for a blessing. And the ladies knew, obviously this is a spiritual thing. This is a big deal.
Mhm. Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
still, like, no, you can only touch a little bit of him.
Right.
It's just so fragile.
Mm.
So
Yeah, the treatment says something like medical neglect or something like that. He had the heat lamps to keep him warm. He wasn't in an incubator, but he had
Right.
the lights over him to keep him warm and whatnot. And instead of him getting sensory input from people touching him and whatnot, he was best off just to leave him as is and let him sleep as he's doing. We'll get to touch him soon. You just be patient.
So, one of the things there's obviously been a lot of conversation about more people going to church, more people
it's not
opening
necessarily a
their
bad
Bibles or
thing.
whatever. And one of the points that somebody made was it's very important for the people that live a faith, live within a faith, right? That are
Right.
Christian or whatever, that do go to church every week, that are part of that, whether it's pastors, whether it's people that are up in the church. It's important for them to guide people the correct way, right?
Well, yeah.
It is very important for them because people will be confused about it. Like they will be confused about what they're the whole church thing or what they're supposed to be. So it's helpful for people to have the right attitude
so, like,
and the right idea to guide those people because
Okay.
they're going to have questions because and there was an interview with a pastor that I watched earlier and he even said that like the way he preaches is a lot of times pastors, preachers, whatever, they take for granted that the people in their congregation know their Bible or know the acts of the Bible, right? So turn to Philippians 3:17. That story that everybody knows. No, not everybody knows that story. So he said he learned early that he can't take for granted that people know even the simplest stories.
Are doing
the
their daily
Bible.
scripture readings.
That's exactly it.
Right.
Like, what's the point of you being in this clubhouse if you're not going to follow the club? You need to
Right,
walk
and
your
then-
own religion.
And then, but you also people turn off because they're like, yeah, I know that story, and then they don't know that story, right?
Oh,
But
and they're not
they
listening
don't-
with full
they don't-
ears.
Well, they don't really feel like they're a part of it if they don't know it. So it's just don't.
Or they're
Don't-
bored of it because I've heard it enough times. I know this story.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
No, especially when you have a whole bunch of new people, they're not going to know a lot of it. They're not going to know a lot of it at all. So it's very important to walk people through this. So one, they get the right ideas, and two, they
You got a 12-step your congregation.
Well, that's what missionaries are for.
I thought missionaries would get you to come in the first place.
Well, LDS missionaries there's a whole, just like the 12 step almost, there's a
sponsoring you?
whole, in a sense, yeah, like they show you, they read the Bible with you, they talk you through, they go to church with you, they shadow you, yeah. And they make sure that you feel comfortable in your ward, and then they can let you go. But no, they're there the whole trek.
My issue with the LDS missionaries is, knock on the door, and here's two well-dressed gentlemen, but neither of them are shaving yet. And they say, "Hi, I'm Elder Jones, and this is Elder Smith, and I want to slap both of them."
Because
Neither of
they're
you are
using
elder
the word
anything.
elder.
Yeah.
And it's just a word, but to Michael, it's an age.
Well, to them, it's like a rank, But I'm just, you're not elder anything. You're not even old enough to know what you haven't learned yet.
I think it's, I don't know. I've always had I've always had my own relationship with Jesus and with God. You know what I mean? And I've been to church on, I went to church when I was a kid, especially with my grandma, right? My grandma, my grandpa were very active in the Church of Christ. And so I was, baptized as a kid and would go to church every Sunday with them. And then, as I got older, it got less and less. And then now it was on, Christmas Eve, Kat and I would go to church occasionally. So, it's just, I don't know. It makes me think maybe.
You mentioned Church of Christ, and growing up Lutheran with mom and dad, but in high school, I had some friends, and they went to the Church of Christ, and just friends, peers, what have you. I'd go attend, a few services with them, except mom wanted me at the Lutheran church with her.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see how this rift is growing over, shouldn't I'm going to church?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that wasn't enough, so.
Right.
And I could say it's one example of having driven me away from, all of it. I'm not obtuse to religion. I'm not going to, try and talk anyone out of their own.
Right.
And so, and I think I could hold a decent enough conversation with, maybe not theology with the clergy, but, you're one seminary student, maybe.
He knows his Bible. Yeah, he knows it more than I do. And I've actually read it. Well, I mean, no, you've read it too, but I mean, I have read the whole Bible and then all the LDS Bibles, and everything. So but have I retained it? Probably not.
I definitely have not read the whole Bible at all.
Yeah. Benji reads the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
He has a testament, and he's happy little boy. But and then like with Michael, that's the one thing I very much appreciate Michael is that he since the beginning of our relationship, because that would have been a problem if he had a problem with my being religious. I wouldn't have been able to marry him.
Because with you, it's your whole family.
It's my whole family. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to take the whole thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're right. He wasn't going to dodge it because I'm not Jennifer. I'm not my sister who's like, screw this, I'm going my own way. I'm my parents' favorite child. I'm their good girl. I'm marrying a man, and now I'm having a baby. I did it all right.
Yep.
Graduated college.
Yeah. All those good things. So yeah, I at 16, I was dating a girl, and so obviously was very much going against my church's guidelines. Yes, very, 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 very bad. And so I got hazed to church, and lots of kids were making it very difficult for me, and I didn't want to go to church anymore. And so I got a job. That's what I did to get out of it. Was I got a job. So that way I'm like, I got to work on the weekends, Mom. I can't help it, things like that.
I can't. I got to go to work.
And that's how I got shift. And it broke my mother's and father's heart. Every day they begged me, like every church, they can you schedule? I'm like, nope, can't, sorry. And that's how I got up. But it was like at the same time I was going through being gay, coming out, just a lot of stuff. But that's how I stopped going to church. And then I went like at Christmas time or things like that. And then Benji was born, and we went a little bit every once in a while. But during COVID, when they closed the houses of worship, everybody went inside, so people were having religious things at their own homes and whatnot, or religious bubbles.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So
some states.
Well, yeah, right.
So in some states, that's a call to authorities.
Oh yeah.
So my father kind of led the service because LDS is still very male, is male based. You know, it's only the men can hold the priesthood and things like that. But my father held it, and then it was like 4 other women, and then Benji and I. So I knew that if the end of the world was happening, I felt that urge to go to church, and to me, church is my daddy. That's my church.
It wasn't the end of the world. It was just the end of America.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Regular life
Pretty
as we
much.
knew it. 2019 was a good year. 2018, hot as hell.
Test.
No, 2019 because we had that heat wave.
Yeah.
It was a test of how far people will fucking bend, basically. How far will people let us go?
I thought it was a battle against common sense.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Michael, all right. Well, let's thank you for that discussion. That was I think it's neat that people are coming back or stepping towards religion. I think if people can take something bad that happened and turn it into a positive, that's always
absolutely
always helpful. A big part of it, like I said, was, and did you see the part of the speech where she forgave the person that shot her husband? Have you seen that, Jody? Would you like to see that? You want to see that? Because it's a pretty powerful moment.
Knowing what this mother just went through, yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So let me share this with you.
And she's doing this to 100,000 people plus online.
Yeah, there's 100. Yeah, they figured at some points there were like close to 100 million people watching this.
Normal looking person.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
He doesn't want to.
Right, I know. It's kind of, you can see that. I was like, that has to be real. That's exceptional acting. That was beautiful. She is really dolled up.
And yeah, I mean, but you can see how it affected the audience too, because the audience was like, I mean, it's stone silent in the arena while she's talking, and then the applause just kind of builds, and then people, like, they're shocked. I mean, it was a shocking moment, I think, for a lot of people. You can't hear anything right here.
Forgive him.
And then notice how it builds, right? And then you can see you can just see people's faces when they go to the
wearing their hat indoors.
Another guy back there with the red hat. Oh, it's one of those hats.
Well, you know. So yeah, I just thought that was like, I think that's where a lot of people went, wow.
Yeah, and
somebody can forgive someone that, you know, took their husband away, then, you know,
and
I do that. And so
I've you sit along with those thoughts in your head, and just my knowledge of court and whatnot, and what I do is say, like, something happened to Jody or Benji, and I get to address the person in court, and am I going to say the forgive bit? It's like, no, I don't have to.
He's not going to.
I hope you get a life sentence and live forever.
Yeah, I was like, you're not going to forgive them. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and I think somebody in her place, in that setting, in that thing, that's probably the best thing she could have said. I mean,
I'm not sure I'd be able to speak in that setting.
Right.
Right. Oh, yeah.
She has
No, it was
to
hard.
be able to move on because she has to mother her children. So she
Mhm.
has to be able to move forward, and this is the best way to do that is to move past it, release it, let it go, and go forward. Because if she keeps it with the hate, then she's just gonna have struggle with it.
Speaking of the hate,
The hate.
one of the things that was still absurd to me is if they're paying attention at all and seeing the response of this many people at the guy's service, and you hear about how many viewers online participating or whatnot, and then you still have the hateful opposition saying some of their hateful rhetoric about this guy, and you still really believe the shit you're saying.
People don't.
All these other people don't see it that way.
People don't. I mean, there are a lot of people that just they hear thing and they don't seek out the full truth of it, and so the hate. I got to get to this because it's so stupid. Where's your favorite place? Michael, we were just talking about your favorite place earlier.
Thailand.
No. I'm being facetious. Favorite place. Where were you in the hospital at?
Oh, Portland. Gomorrah.
Ice Cube did a show there.
This was funny. Oh my gosh, this was funny.
And I believe people thought that the bus that Ice Cube had rented,
his tour bus
was actually an ice bus. And so they tried to set it on fire.
My nigga Johnny got another one.
Yes. Ice Cube tour bus.
Oh, Moon Center. This is our area, Michael.
And it says Ice Cube and his tour, the title of his tour on it, and all they saw were these three letters, ICE. Didn't read past that at all.
You can't call yourself an American if you do that to that man. That's a national treasure.
Yes. Yeah.
And not to mention, do you really think the Immigration and Customs Service or enforcement is driving around in a freaking charter tour bus?
Surprised they can spell ice.
Yeah.
I've been seeing these ICE detention centers everywhere. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. They tried to burn down Ice Cube's bus. And I don't know that it actually said anything on it because
it did. It said Ice Cube and it had the name of his tour, which is something like They're All Corrupt or something like that.
I'll go on
that.
Really?
But to see that and immediately think G-Men.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God.
Rather than pop star.
Well, and if they need that bus for all the people they're nabbing off the street so they could truck them to,
Yeah. Oh my. I know. It's so stupid. It's like but only in Portland.
That's a full-size motor coach.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. Here, let me share this. Let's see what this guy said.
So in breaking weird-ass Portland news, Ice Cube's tour bus was just firebombed on the streets of Portland. For why, dude? Like, it's Cube, bruh. God, Oregon is so embarrassing. I have no idea why this hasn't hit bigger news yet, because this seems like the type of thing that's newsworthy. I know that the police definitely aren't going to take this seriously, because they literally don't give a fuck about people in Portland. But if Oregon could just act normal for like one day, I would really appreciate it. So
God.
Oh, that is so true. It is absolutely true. Portland. Yeah. Oh, so is this what the bus looked like? Because right now it's just blackened, but I guess maybe that's because of the fire. So is this what the bus actually looked like before?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Ice Cube's tour bus got firebombed in Portland, Oregon. So you're telling me the left is so stupid the ice on Ice Cube meant ice like immigration?
Well, I don't think everybody on the left thought that, but some person thought something, which pretty I could deduce is the ice thing.
Remember the Transformers jacket I had that was police for the Decepticon barricade? And it says, instead of to serve and protect, to punish and enslave. And it's got the Decepticon logo where the shield would be for police officer. And it just says police. Walk around, people thought my fat ass was a cop.
Really?
Couldn't look past those letters.
You know, Bobby got stopped in an airport in Germany, I think, and he had to change his shirt because it said police in Italian, but police. And so they're like, no, no, no.
That's wild.
Do I look like a policeman? I'm 19 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've been down at an hour. Thank you,
do
guys.
it. Woo!
Thank you. That was fun. I appreciate the really good conversation there.
The levity of the conversation. All right.
Something about people. We'll have Jody send the
Lethal
videos
Weapon
or whatnot to Robbie, and next week we'd watch some of my anesthesia awareness.
Oh yeah, let's watch some anesthesia video. Yes.
That sounds fun. And
good.
then we need to go home and watch Nobody now.
Yes. But next week we won't be here.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, he's got road tripping.
Oh. Oh, Jody's got a show.
Oh, that's right. I have a show.
And I have a show too, but I have to film it. So
I have tech on Daddy, I have tech this Sunday. Yeah.
what time?
I think it's at noon at Coots.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
not
let me know.
live stream our locations tomorrow.
Okay.
You
Bye.
can find me at this place at this time. All right, bye.
Laters.
Introducing Agent William Gray from the Bureau Undermining Misinformation. When it comes to misinformation, Agent Gray knows what's at stake.
We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy. We're the front line of defense against those who would see our country crumble.
Agent Gray appreciates the opportunity he has to make a difference in the fight against dangerous misinformation.
I was a high school teacher for 15 years. Every year I just gotten more and more miserable. My buddy told me about this new federal agency that was just starting up. I thought that maybe I was the kind of person that this agency could use. And what I would tell you is that I have been seeing what my students post online since before Facebook was cringe. Slurs that they use in Call of Duty chat rooms.
Agent William Gray, a dedicated warrior against misinformation.
Our mission is to protect our country's important institutions, but we can't do it alone. We need help from people in our community.